This movie is an adaptation from children's book series of the same name. The movie is influenced by Quentin Tarantino with a bit of Ocean's 11 thrown in. It tells a story about a gang of criminal animals known as the Bad Guys, crewed by 5 of the animal kingdom's worst of the worst: a wolf, shark, snake, piranha, and tarantula. This gang is led by the smooth-talking Mr. Wolf, built up their reputation for show-stopping bank robberies. When a heist goes wrong, Professor Rupert Marmalade offers to help the gang change their ways for good, but it seems there could be someone even worse than them waiting in the wings. The movie brings slapstick, talking critters, and fart jokes to the crime caper as we follow a gang of bank robbers made up of the world's most disreputable animals. First of all, this adaptation is mediocre, derivative, and unimpressive. There's nothing especially witty in the script. The characters are shallow, with pedestrian animation and ancient gags make this movie no fun for all the family. The plot and characters run a little thin, as the story is basically just the bad guys are learning how to become good guys. The plot moves slowly, while the characters are not quite as lovable as the movie thinks they are, despite a winning voice cast. The movie is using heist movie tropes. It's really a fairly basic story with some fairly basic lessons baked in. It's a crowded mess of double crosses and film homages as well. The movie relies on some second-hand plot developments and double crosses that you can see coming from afar. On the other hand, it's hard to imagine many kids or even younger parents getting the nods to classic movies from 1960s. There are plenty of influences that makes it hard for this movie not to feel derivative. The movie lacks the top quality sight gags as it may be too tame for its target audience. It gives us some tongue-in-cheek comedy, unfortunately not quite enough originality to make it actually memorable. The movie begins with a homage and old jokes that neither works particularly well. The internal logic of the plot doesn't really make sense. The movie never satisfactorily explored why our anti-heroes inhabit a world where humans and talking animals mix, beyond the obvious reasons that it's going for a younger target audience. Despite its frequent car chase scenes, there's not much else going on in this movie. In the end, this movie is just a glossy distraction for children rather than something worth remembering. Overall, if you have kids, then it's probably still useful for you to let the kids watch this while you're doing something else. Otherwise, we do not recommend this movie at all.